Let's go.
It's live.
Huh?
It's live.
I'm in pain.
I am pain.
You know you want to go speaker.
What did you go with?
I did my own. And then I randomized it. At the end, though, I just went 3-3-3. Right.
Yeah, sure.
I was running 6 with my mouse.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. Yes, it is.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just nice women. I know you do, baby. I know. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passy. Alright. Nothing down to fuck all borough. Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir? The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice Canadian motor carriage.
What is that background noise doing? Oh, just really just start off naked.
You're making me undies off. I suggest that you check every corner, so because sometimes it can be hard to miss.
I already equipped it. Cool. No, that's not what I want to do.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says "whirling in rags" on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The Whirling in Rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? This person also forced the drinks on you. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Oh, there's a highlight feature. Cool.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror, is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
When you're talking.
Oh, because the thingy was talking. And it wasn't going because it wasn't going in the recording, so I'm just like thinking. Actually, I'm not even thinking too much, I'm just like reacting. It's calming.
Okay. Your thoughts.
I'm avoiding superstardom in general because I know it leads to superstar cop, and I don't want to be superstar cop.
What? What'd you say?
I know very little about this game, and I know, but of the things I do know, I know superstardom will lead to superstar cop, and I do not want to be superstar cop.
Do you not want to be superstar cop?
I do not want to be superstar cop. I do not want to be superstar cop.
But why?
I do not want to be superstar cop.
But why?
Because I'm a cop.
But why?
I do not want to be.
Oh, I'm a commie.
You are correct.
U.S. now. Right? Thomas. She's my partner.
It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing: Guillaume Lamillion. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. He made the expression. Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice Kanema. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Hello.
Okay, step.
I what? Yeah, I'm still at the mirror. Oh wait, so that's okay. That door, that's a different door. Wait, I can't open the door. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of thoughts. Whatever happened to Guillermo and I could research an idea. How do I turn the fan off? Oh, my photo changed. No, I want to turn it off first.
Oh.
Hello,
The
officer.
young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
I didn't roll for you.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir.
Did you just leave your room?
Yeah, I just left the room.
Did you get your shoes?
Yeah, I'm wearing one.
You go back to your room.
Why?
Because your other shoes out there.
The other shoe's out the window.
There's a balcony in your room.
Oh, I didn't see a balcony.
Wait, no, it's out here. It's out here. I might be out here. I forget.
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. I couldn't say. In truth, so far...
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Pretty. God, that'd be funny.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the words a million times. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes. There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Yeah? The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
Yeah? It's 51.
Yeah.
The current century? Centuries don't have numbers, they have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. Glad to have been of assistance.
Maybe I should have tried the thing of like trying to seduce her. I could knock on her door, but that's not.
So you can just harass her?
No. Or what?
Go to your shoe.
I already have my shoe.
Your other shoe.
My other shoe's downstairs.
It's not downstairs, it's on the balcony. How would your shoe be downstairs if it's on the balcony upstairs? I mean, went through the.
I don't think there is a balcony. This balcony?
Yes. Walk over.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously
Did you tie?
green and
No, not yet.
indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles.
Well, so you never said anything about the video I sent you, the school museum,
Oh, I
with the
haven't.
dancing dance.
I haven't looked at it. Partly because I'm afraid of spoilers. Because I'm very unspoilable.
That's
in
not
this game.
part. That's literally just an animation of a popular movie.
Okay, fine.
There's literally no context. It's just someone animated to the
Good,
spine.
well balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
What?
Um,
I didn't go back to the door, and I haven't tried to get rid of the face.
so you know, like the headphone area. I don't get.
I haven't really. Oh,
You know, when you, in the menu,
yeah, this right.
and yeah, that one. I don't get what it does.
So you know how like in Frostpunk you could research new technologies?
Yeah.
In this game you can research ideas.
This game's just very.
I don't know which ones you have. But I guess you can equip them to have like as like stats. Like
My body hurts.
this one will give -1 logic, stuff like that. And it could give you cool effects or interesting dialogue. And I think you'll be able to like put them in these squares here.
So wait, are they real things that happen in real life?
Oh, the information here? Some of it might be. I can't tell. I don't know if this was real or not. It seems to be real. At least the art or something.
Also, what do you think of So wait, do you know what the crime is about?
The what?
You know what the crime is about?
This crime?
Yeah.
I believe it's that someone was hanged, and you're just supposed to find out who did it.
I tried. I mean, try to shoot it down. And then I go to let me die. Shoot him down. And it was so disappointing.
Some fucking money in there. That could be my money.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy.
Failed.
He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
I felt empathy. Is that what your empathy looks like?
What?
Is that what your empathy looks like?
No.
A competent work
I am
of taxidermy.
actually.
The white and brown seabird
Kyle,
lies among
let's hope
piles
you're
of
at
coasters
play.
and drying mugs, one of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Stegosaurus Skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird, a competent work of taxidermy. The what looks like the bird was ripped off. This is the Great Skua.
God damn it.
The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua.
Look, your buddy. Why don't
Okay,
you
he
go
doesn't
and
want to talk to
talk
me.
to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear.
He doesn't want to talk to me. You know what I should have done? I should have quick saved and then talk to the lady.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes, clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals.
Okay.
Imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. The contemporary period stands still. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what no one knows.
So far, Encyclopedia is my favorite character. I have the power of quick save.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside.
It's gonna be open.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
What are you doing?
I just want to see what happens.
Why are you harassing us for?
She's in the shower. She should know.
Do you think? Okay.
I'm trying to get my tie. Is there no way to turn on the fan? How do I get to
What
this,
is your time?
this door? This door. Let's take a sec.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
No, I don't care for that as a person.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burn a hole in your brain. Your eyes burn with sensitivity. It's not good.
Really?
Wait, you turned grab it?
I lost 1 health.
Oh my god. It's 1 health. Get it back.
I don't know that.
Take your time. No.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade.
What are you?
What you have in your hand is a truly hideous thick tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
That's it. So you can move, right? Alright, just leave without talking to Ken. Bye.
As you approach the door leading out of the hostel, the bespectacled man in an orange...
Excuse me. I think you may be the person I've been waiting for.
On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back,
You'd be
are the
nice.
same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Don't do anything racist. Or stupid, however.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
You know, yeah, that's you.
So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Oh, that really is bad necklace. Hey, necklace. Necktie.
Hello.
The lieutenant nods. Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
I'm gonna hang up because if I'm gonna pass out, but I will want to continue.
Okay. And we'll probably go to bed in like 20 minutes or so after you pass out.
This Lena is wacky enough.
I love you.
Hire her on the spot.
Good man.
Wait. When did you get paid?
In about 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours.
Of course, dear.
I wonder
Good
if
luck with your
I'll have
case.
some groceries delivered tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about it.
Wouldn't you want to do groceries after?
Huh?
Wouldn't you want to do groceries? Like, do you have enough groceries to last till Friday?
Why?
Because wouldn't you want to do groceries when you come back?
No.
Because wouldn't they just be sitting there?
Groceries can last like this. No.
Okay, just checking.
What?
I'm just checking.
I love you.
Love you so much.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Garth, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41. Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Forget it. No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I hope it is. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbor company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money. What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
The cafeteria manager stands silently, looking at the coppers on the counter before him. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have. There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. In time or space? That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
That's right. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. That's good. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul, so was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholien.
A point of pride to him.
No.
The lieutenant nods.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea what...
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
I can't say that it does, no.
The lieutenant produces his small... We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Good. Let's change the subject.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime? Maybe who cares? Just rum? A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
I have an idea.
Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. Yum yum. Money. Think of all the things you can buy with this. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and, just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document. No, he's looking the other way. Perhaps purposefully. The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Yes?
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. Inside, you see a set of steering
God damn
leads,
it.
a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals a faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid pallets, easy on the eyes, rhythmic pattern, calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. It's nothing. Someone, glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vatna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever, hence the name Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right? He watches you melt down stoically. From behind the lead, nothing you can say would make you feel. Cop gives up the genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while," Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Matt Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, "Whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all."